actually, jokes aside here, I am going to be using an axe in this video. Thank you to BeaverCraft for sending this to me. This is their Universal Forest Axe. Look at that. When I first seen this thing, I was like, man, I'm not even a big axe user, but this thing looks nice. Made in Ukraine. Let's check this axe out. Alright, so here, the BeaverCraft Universal Forest Axe. As I said, it's made in Ukraine. I can't remember quite the steel that they used on this, so I'll try to put it in the description box or a comment below. But check out the shape on that. And obviously I've been using it some. Edge, I was actually very impressed with. More often than not, I find a lot of axes are kind of too thick towards the edge, but this one's actually pretty nice. Now, it just has this one stud in there. It doesn't have the ring kind of hold it in there. And here's the thing too, my axe terminology ain't gonna be perfect, so you know, to all you keyboard do nothings out there, you can correct me all you want. I don't care. Came with a decently nice leather sheath, or mat, whatever, however you want to say it. But yeah, it's very nice. I'm like that handle shape. This thing's a heavy hitter though. I mean, check out how chunky that is. And I didn't bring another axe out here to kind of compare it to, but kind of size reference, I think it's like right around 23 inches long. And so imagine kind of like the Holtzbrook, like Hunters or Forest Axe or whatever, or the Cold Steel Hudson Bay, or even that Condor Cloudburst. It's kind of right around that same size. So obviously, this being an axe, we're going to be doing some chopping. I don't know, about a 5-inch diameter tree. So let's get to work. The task I'm going to do here is just try to make a stake. Now, I said this earlier, but this axe is heavy enough that it doesn't really wield one-handed very well. I think this is definitely more of like, kind of like I said, a dedicated two-handed chopping axe. But that's just kind of my experience with it. Try to use a hammer pole some. This ain't the best stake in the world by no means either, but it works pretty good. Splitting here. So this is to all the just use an axe type of guys, I guess, right? Well, I'm using an axe here. See how small pieces I can get. That's a knotty piece again. We'll give it a try. See if I can balance it off. Go. I didn't get a good strike on that one. Yeah, I need to set me up like a dedicated stump out here. Not too bad though. It actually has a decent capability to be like a good wedge. You know, I'm just gonna be honest though, I'm not like the best axe guy. So there's other guys that can probably grab this thing and do a lot better than even I can. Sometimes that knotty cedar is a little harder to split than you would think it would be. Trying to balance a log on another log here. I need to set me up a dedicated stump. Just gonna do a bit more chopping here with the BeaverCraft Universal Forest Axe. Hits with a decent amount of authority for sure. Open up a can of man there, right? Getting a little more comfortable with it. There we go. Here, let's try this little piece of oak here. Yeah, it just pops right through that. It's not the axe, it's me definitely. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's get one more out of it. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the review of the BeaverCraft Universal Forest Axe. My overall thoughts and impressions on this is I actually like it. The shape of it looks cool. It, you know, you can tell it's hand forged. It looks like something that you would find from 200 years ago. It has that aesthetic to it, and the fit and finish is pretty nice. Like I did show, it does only have that one little, well, it's kind of hard to see, but it's just a brass little stud in there. So that's not like your typical German Scandinavian type of axe. However, I mean, I had nothing come loose on me. It feels rock solid. The handle actually feels really good. Took me a little bit to get confident with it because I try to be careful with axes, especially because you could really injure yourself with an axe. So I try not to go hog wild with an axe right off the bat until I kind of learn the specific axe I'm using, because they all feel different. And so, you know, at first I was kind of taking it easy, but as you guys seen, once I kind of got a little bit more of a feel for it, I was really getting a lot of power with this thing. And this thing hits like a truck when it hits. Fairly hefty, so it's not going to be like your kind of one-handed tool type of axe, but for like two-handed, just really doing a lot of heavy chopping and stuff, it does do that. So it's kind of a heavy chopper and kind of a mid-sized package is how I would describe this axe. And you know, I have a handful of axes. I have a couple Holtz Brucks and a Cold Steel and a Condor, and honestly I would put this, at least thus far, I would put this as far as like fit and finish on par with the Holtz Bruck. I'm actually fairly impressed with it. The edge came just very nice. I mean, it has a good convex edge to it. The leather sheath is pretty nice too. You know, nothing to write home about, but nothing to complain about either. And you know, from my understanding, BeaverCraft is not really charging a whole lot for these. These are made in Ukraine, and I think they're high quality. So with all that being said, be prepared both physically and spiritually. God bless, and carry on.